Welcome to Elementary. Hope you're having a fabulous Monday. As always, I just wish you the well. I wish you well, and I wish you're having a great end of your summer holidays. This week, the kids have been back to school for a week and a bit, and we've had some warm, hot days, and some great weather, really. However, how has your day been? How have you been enjoying the end of the summer? As always, I've been the Bank of Canada's interest rate announcement, and so that happened, which is great. So my guest today, you know her, we have, and you're live, Petal Academy. Ooh.
Sorry.
That's
I'm just going to sneak around here, get my camera going.
Yeah.
I had it going in
Your camera
the direction.
is on. It's just not in it. I can see the kitchen sink.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay, here we go.
Awesome.
Sorry.
There you are.
I think I had to turn it around. There we go. We are on.
Perfect.
How are you doing?
So, I'm good. And how are you?
Good.
How have you been?
Good. Very good.
Yeah,
Summer's been good. It always flies by really quickly. So always.
This one particularly quickly, don't you agree?
I think so. Everybody's saying that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just that we're getting older, and when you get older, these things seem to go by a lot faster.
That's right. Yeah, I know. I think it is a part of getting older. I just think the more things you've got on the go, the faster life goes, right? And that's what happens when you've got kids and vacations and plans and businesses to run and all the things, right?
Yeah, all things fun.
Yeah.
And of course, time is the one thing we can't buy.
That's right. Yeah, you got it.
So it's so important how we use our time and what we do and what tasks can you give out. But I guess while our guests are a little late joining today, but I guess we can get started.
Okay.
People know you, but introduce yourself for anyone who's going to be watching and hasn't met you before.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Darlene Rupke. I own a company called Petal Academy. After owning a flower shop for about 15 years, we decided to pivot and start online education. So what we do is offer everything in a box, and we ship it out to doorsteps, making it really easy for people to want to explore and learn about floral design. So all of our kits are sort of created by professional florists, so that we have a little bit extravagant or outside the box sort of style of design. So it's a little bit more interesting, a little bit more unique. And we invite people to learn about flowers virtually. So we teach once a month, as well as we teach, we've got some pre-recorded kits that we send out. So those include things like wreath kits, dried kits, and we even do a bridal bouquet kit. So I've actually brought some I'm going to show you today too, because I thought it'd be fun.
So exciting.
Yeah, to show you our actual boxes and how we ship things out. So
very, very nice.
And we're located just north of Toronto, but our main delivery area is the GTA, of course. But we do ship all of our fresh kits across Ontario and all of our dried kits and wreath kits across Canada. So
yeah, quite nice. So I had the pleasure of meeting Darlene at the Toronto event, the Realtor Quest.
Yes.
In the I don't know. I feel like it was like the other day, but so I actually, while I kind of learned of you, I knew your name, I just didn't know who you were, and so I had that pleasure of meeting you. So tell everyone your Instagram handle before we get moving.
Yeah, so you can find us we've got Instagram at Petal Academy. We've got Facebook at Petal Academy. We also have TikTok. It's also at Petal Academy. a YouTube channel where we offer free videos on how to care for cut flowers on a regular basis. We call those Flower Fact Fridays. So you can find us on YouTube, and you can also find us on Pinterest. We're just starting our Pinterest catalog, so we will grow with that in the next couple of years, but you can find us there as well, and that's at Petal Academy as well.
Yeah, it makes it very easy when you have just one name and, people can just find you everywhere with the same name. It makes it so
totally
easy, right?
With so many social channels, it's much easier that way for sure. Oh, and we have TikTok. I don't know if I mentioned that, but definitely have a TikTok channel as well, which is also at Petal Academy.
So, I've interviewed you before, and your interview was a big hit. And for all of you that missed that interview, feel free to, pick it up either on my Instagram channel or on the podcast Elementary, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. But it was a great interview, big hit. A lot of people. This is like the new up and coming thing. Everyone is so interested in flowers. Me too. I just found myself wanting to learn more and more and more. And so I'm quite interested in your classes. But tell us, what do you envision the future of Petals Academy? Are there any exciting projects or expansions on the horizon?
We are working on a little bit more of some virtual classes that are a little bit more specific to a DIY bride, or even for someone that's going to be starting out in the industry. So those are kind of on the development stage right now. We're trying to get that sort of rolled out for hopefully middle of next year. We also have some classes coming up for holidays. So if anyone is interested in learning their own holiday decor, we just released some on the website today. I'm just going to show you this because this is from last year. We were in Style at Home magazine, and we were featured with an interior designer in there. And one of the aspects that was featured was some of our DIY kits. So we have a garland kit that we did, which was a big hit. And it's a beautiful kit. You get everything in the box. So if you ever wanted to explore creating your own garlands, we've got you covered in that department. And then we also had this gorgeous wreath above the mantle there that you can see. So this is called our Wild Crescent Wreath. And this was also a huge hit for us last year. It's a really beautiful kit. A lot of it dries really, really well. So some of the elements come to you fresh, some of the elements come dried, but it makes a beautiful accent to, of course, show it here, of course, on a mantle. And then this tree over here in the corner, we did that one as well. So for those that like a little bit more of a natural look, or they want to explore doing just a fun, different type of tree, we actually developed a decor kit for your tree, and it consists of magnolia and eucalyptus and some oranges that have been dried. Oh, wow. So you just add those into your tree, and it can create a really beautiful fragrance. It gives it a little bit of a different vibe than your typical sparkle and that sort of thing. So if you've got a country home or a cottage, perhaps, one of those decor kits could be great. And they all come with a tutorial video on on how to put those together. And then there's another one of the wreath. Give the viewers a little bit of a closer look there. But this was in the December, the December issue. So they can probably look it up online if they want a closer look. And then there's another fun one in here that's great for holiday gifts is our Grinch Tree. Let's see if I can pull it up here. This is probably the best picture. And the Grinch Tree is a famous one too. There's me making one in the kitchen with the kids.
That's cool. Oh my God,
it is really cool. It's really fun. It makes a great gift for if you're going, to be hosted at a home over the holidays. And it's a really fun kit because kids really love it. So if you're looking for a great hostess gift to ship to a friend's home or a client's home this holiday season, those Grinch kits are so fun. They're so great, and they have amazing lasting ability. So we create them with cypress greenery. So it's got some beautiful fragrance, really, really simple to do. And then it will, of course, dry. You can keep it watered. It will still have that fragrance. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to maintain it, they dry really beautifully as well. So a lot of fun for the holidays. So those things are coming up. beyond our new classes that will hopefully unravel next year. Those things are coming up immediately. And then we also have some dried kits that we do. So I brought a couple to show you just so that
perfect.
you see. Yeah, so we have for the fall, I thought, because some people are starting to, take down the patio furniture, put it away, that sort of thing, and they're looking for maybe something to spruce up the house. So this one's been a really popular one. This one is called Sahara, and it comes in this nice sort of farmhouse crock. It's a combination of protea, banksia, that's the little guy there, magnolia, some eucalyptus, and of course some of the pampas grass that everyone loves, and some palm leaves in there. So it's again, really simple to put together. We ship all the contents come to you in a box. So just similar to this, these are our boxes that we ship out. This is our branded boxes that we have. And then inside the box, there's usually a little envelope with the how to queue up the tutorial, as well as a couple of little suggestions. We have some hashtags in there on how you can post your creation after you make it. We also send a recipe along with a lot of our boxes. So some people don't know that, but we always found flowers and food are a really good combination.
Like a real recipe.
Yeah, it's a real recipe. So for a lot of the fall boxes, I think we're sending out a really nice seed cracker recipe, which is really great. There's usually another fun little video that we put together in there with a little QR code to give people some ideas on how to create with some more decor in their home, like using tea lights or setting up some simple table arrangements with things you have around the house. So that always comes in the box as well. Just a little bit of an extra thing that we like to put in there beyond the kit ingredients for everybody to sort of explore and enjoy. And then the container, all of the cuts or the product comes wrapped up in a little bundle. Actually, I've got a better box to show you for that. So this is one of our wreath kits. So this one here is our curated wreath kit. This one's called Golden Cooke, and it's a dried kit. And inside this box, you can see, actually opened this one earlier, but just pop it open here. You can see this is how they usually come. So this is all the information that you need. I just opened this one earlier. So little sticker in there with our packaging. And then, of course, the little bundle of dried flowers that you're going to be using to create the wreath. And this one, you can check it out on our Instagram or online, actually on Pinterest as well. It's got some beautiful German status. Again, it's got great stain power, and it makes a great addition for bringing in some fall holiday decor into your home. So, sometimes in the summertime, you've got, maybe a eucalyptus wreath or something like that up. And then in the fall, you want to be able to get some little more warm and cozy elements going on. So a lot of our dried kits are really perfect for that. So that's really fun. And another kit I was going to show you, this one for, as I was speaking about the DIY brides, we did this one. So this is a pre-done tutorial. So for any brides out there, or for anyone that knows anyone that's getting married that really wants to do something that they can keep, this kit is called our boho bridal bouquet, and it comes all in the box. You put it together with a simple tutorial, and all of this can be kept for years for enjoyment. So it makes a really fun, even if you're not getting married, it makes a beautiful arrangement, like a table centerpiece, just to display around the home. Again, very suitable for fall because it's got, of course, the pampas grass and some loofah in here. There's a few palm leaves, some banksia, which is really pretty. So all of these elements would, of course, look fabulous for fall decor in a home, but it works great as a bridal bouquet as well. If anyone wants to explore learning how to make their own bouquet. And again, you can keep it, which I think is fabulous because after the wedding day, all you have is the photos. Yeah. So sometimes when you take the time to make something for yourself, it's got a little bit more meaning. And of course, you can keep it for quite a while as well.
So those flowers in that bouquet, are they dried or
just a combination of drieds and a couple of faux? So we've got some faux roses in here just for that stain and that color. We wanted to get that nice Sahara tone, as well as I think everything else in here is dried actually. So we've got some artificial eucalyptus, but also some dried eucalyptus in here as well. Yeah, so lots of fun elements, but great staying power. And yeah, if this was displayed in a vase, it would look perfect in your home as well. So yeah,
because a lot of people are looking for that, that piece where they can DIY a bouquet, but a bouquet to keep and a bouquet to throw, right? So, I mean, that's a great idea. Very nice.
Yeah. Beyond that bridal kit, we're going to expand what, like I was mentioning earlier, with a DIY bridal video series. So we're going to be developing a fresh kit for brides, for those that want to actually work with fresh flowers. And then, of course, to go along with the boho bridal bouquet and the drieds, we're going to be showing students how to make boutonnieres and corsages. So if they have a simple wedding with a few attendants, and they want to get them set up with some florals, we'll give them that as part of the kit as well. So they wouldn't have to go beyond and look for those materials. They'd all get shipped right in the same box with the same tutorial. Mm-hmm.
And how long would they, like if you did a fresh thing, how long would they last,
Usually,
how much in advance?
Yeah, because we were in the event business for so long. Typically, when we worked in the studio doing wedding work, we would start the weddings on Wednesday, and then usually if you've got the means, a refrigerator is great. Mm-hmm. But people don't often think that you can actually use like a cool basement or a cold cellar to store florals as well. So if you are in the market of doing your own bridal bouquet, we would ship the kits to you. You'd probably receive it on a Tuesday. You could probably begin production on the Wednesday or the Thursday and have everything unwrapped up, ready to go. And then you've just got that one day if you have a typical Saturday wedding that you would have to just keep your bouquet colder. It doesn't have to be extremely cold. And to be honest, flowers should last at least a week, if not longer. Just in a vase, regardless if you're using them for wedding work or enjoyment on the kitchen counter. So, if they're not lasting, that's an issue. So you're not getting fresh product. And of course, with bridal kits, we would ensure that everything is top notch and to the florists, to what we would normally use. And people shouldn't be afraid to try it, because they should have, a lot of the products that we're going to be shipping are pretty safe and easy and not hydrative sensitive, those types of things. Like we're going to ship things, and those kits are a little bit more hardy so that people don't feel intimidated. So it makes it really, really simple and easy. But they're going to be beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet. I'm like so excited to see what you come up with now.
Mm.
Yeah. So for individuals interested in joining, either benefiting from your program, what advice, or like starting a business, like a little floral business, what advice would you be able to give them?
I would definitely say it's a little bit more than playing with flowers. So it's great to gain a little bit of experience ahead of time. So taking classes or getting a little bit of education is probably my number one recommendation. And then also try to form the type of business that you want to have, because nowadays, like we used to have a retail store, you can have a retail store, you can have a pop-up shop type of business, you can do markets with florals, you can also just strictly do online sales, you can also just specialize in weddings and events as well. So really know what type of client you're going after and hone in on that before you start to develop your plans with your business. It makes it a lot simpler to find people that you want to work with whenever you hone in on that exact type of client that you want to work with. And then, you're going to have a more enjoyable business. Sometimes I think when I first started my retail store, I said yes to everything so that I could sort of develop what I really love to do. And then as years went on, I streamlined a little bit more and got a little bit more specific on the type of work that I wanted to create and the type of clients that we worked with. So that was really helpful. I was pretty burnt out the first few years of business by saying yes to everything. So that would be my number one advice. Yeah, get some education.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like a factor that you'll see with a lot of new people coming into any business, as a matter of fact. Sometimes you want to say yes because you think, oh, yeah, I'd love to do this and I'd love to do that. But sometimes you're right? You just have to figure out what's going to work best for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah. And sometimes
that's so great.
it's not a bad thing to try and
Yeah.
see if you like it. Another thing that I was just chatting with a friend about is if you're looking at developing into the floral industry or whatnot, there are some great online, we offer great online classes, so you can dip into a monthly class just to see if you like it. But definitely some education, as well as freelancing or just working for a company for a couple of months, just to see if you are, if you're thinking, I want to be a wedding florist, maybe reach out to a couple of specialized event wedding companies and offer some freelance services. And you might be coming in at the bottom and doing a lot of the smaller jobs, but you're going to get a really good perspective on how that type of business rolls out. And it's really helpful.
Yeah. I think flowers are beautiful. I find them a little intimidating. I think they're very beautiful. I mean, they can brighten up any space. And, every time I take some flowers to a client, I never, unless they have major allergies, even if you have allergies, you love them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just so pretty, right?
They do. They definitely brighten up a space. Our motto with Petal Academy is fearless with flowers, because we feel that flowers bring people so much joy. And you're right, they can be intimidating if you don't know how to trim the ends and add proper water, change the water, remove the foliage at the bottom of the stems is really important in order to get those flowers to last longer. And if you do have a great experience with florals in your home, so you've got a kitchen island and you just want to fill it with some beautiful blooms, it just makes your space so much more lively and vibrant, and it just gives you a really good sense of kind of a beautiful home environment to enjoy. And that's important for your well-being and just for your mental health, right? So even a single stem in a vase can just lighten up a room and brighten your day, right? So they make a great gift, but it's also a gift for yourself, for your well-being. It's just so lovely. So that's our motto, is to make it easy for people to enjoy flowers. That's what we really want to do.
Yeah, I'm excited to actually go online and check out what courses you have. Like, it's sounds so exciting. So you mentioned a few courses. Do you have any upcoming events or initiatives that audience can look out for?
Yeah, so typically in the fall and winter, and this is a big one, if you're looking for a fun group activity, we have a lot of availability, or we book up actually quite quickly with our client appreciation events or corporate events or group events. So on our website, we have two little sections that you can explore. One of them is our monthly classes, which is great if you just want to start with floral design. You can order one box at a time and just see if you like it, and then you can expand into a subscription if it's a good fit for you. Or we have our corporate classes or our client appreciation classes or group classes, which is a catalog that you can download and you can invite some friends. And we do groups as small as 8. So if you're interested in having like a fun girls get together or a weekend with family and you want to plan a fun activity, you can get those boxes shipped all to one address. And then there's a huge shipping savings that we can give you on that. And then we can do a live class with you. It's a lot of fun. So those ones are great. We have classes. You can pull up our schedule, booking schedule right online. So if you just go down into the corporate section and click on book an event, you can see our availability for the rest of September, October, and November and December. And we do classes, I believe, until about the 15th of December. So for a holiday event with friends, it could be, if you have a tree decorating party and you wanted to incorporate bringing a centerpiece there and everybody gets to bring home a centerpiece, that could be a really fun get together. Everybody takes home a beautiful centerpiece and learns a new skill. So those are the kinds of things that we usually focus on in the fall and winter. lots of good learning, lots of fun, lots of group activities. And like I said earlier, like it's great for families. So, if you have a family event and you want to do something different, you could think about getting a few kids, and kids can join in too. So it's great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it sounds a lot of fun. I mean, I really need to turn my mind towards this to get set up because I'd love to send, I know a few clients who may just would like something like this. And every year I try to be a little different. I try. It's very
Yes.
hard.
Yeah.
Just to send them something, right?
Yeah.
That
We
is
have
not just
been.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives them a learning experience. And I think we've got some, because you and I met at the Treb show, we've developed some relationships with a few realtors, and the feedback we're getting from this type of gift has been amazing, because it kind of sets the gift apart. It's a little bit of a different type of experience for people because it gives them a learning skill. So some of the kits that we've been sending out are there's the wreath kits, there's planters that we've been sending out, an orchid planter, for instance, which is great because some people get really intimidated with orchids and they don't know how to care for them. But in our kit, we sort of go through the how-tos and do's and don'ts and how to get them to reflower. So they can really learn how to have a beautiful planter, perhaps on their dining room table with some gorgeous orchids that they got from their realtor, and then they'll learn how to make them reflower and to take care of their plants, because plants can be pretty scary too for a lot of people that enjoy flowers, and especially orchids because they look so delicate, but in fact they're pretty hardy, so they're a great one to learn about. And we're going to be developing a few more of those more all year round types of kits with plants for some of our clients as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what about like just courses where people can learn about just learn about flowers? Would that be something you do in
Yeah, we
summer?
are. So, like I said right at the beginning, we are going to be launching that program next year.
Next year.
So we're going to start with the basics program. So it's going to give you learning about bouquets, vase arrangements, and sort of how to order flowers, process flowers, store your flowers, and then of course a little bit of some ins and outs of transporting your flowers if you're doing events or things like that. So we'll go through sort of the basics of the industry in our first series, and then beyond that we're going to do the intermediate and the advanced, which will go into sympathy work and wedding work, and then heavy event work. So we'll cover all those areas for those that want to explore it a little bit more. But our monthly classes are a good place to start. In those classes, we do go through a lot of the care and handling with our products. So that's a really good place to start if you're just thinking about it and you want to just try a class, because we take it a little bit beyond just doing the arrangement. We talk about where the flowers come from, how long they're going to last, how to process them, how to care for them. If they dry, how to dry them. And then we put the arrangement together, and then we'll talk about care and maintenance as well. So a lot of those same tips would follow through to a beginning florist, just so that they learn how to work with flowers properly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: with the monthly class, do you have to order by a certain day to be
Yeah,
part of
so
the class?
usually with our monthly classes, great question. We usually have our finalization numbers come about 7 days before the class. Typically, we teach on the second Thursday of each month. It's usually, so actually we have a class coming up this week, so on the 14th. So usually we've closed off that registration last week. But the October and November are, and December, of course, are available. So yeah, as long as you're sort of thinking about it, try to get it in there about 10 days before. Sometimes we do mention it on social media. So you'll get a little prompt that says, last days to order this class. So you'll get a little reminder there if you're following us on socials, and then you can see if it's something that you want to explore.
Very nice, very nice. So before we wrap up, what do you have something maybe you want to share with the listeners? Something we didn't cover?
Yeah, like I would say probably if anyone out there is looking for a great group activity, yeah, don't be shy to think about, like, sometimes people think groups, they have to have 20 people or more. We actually will do a class with as a minimum of 8 people. So, grab 7 of your friends and get together. If you've got a book club or, a walking group or anything like that, they usually get together and do something fun. It could be a great group activity. Yeah, and of course our dried kits are always great in the fall. So that's something you can think about if you want to try those. The tutorials are amazing. We do upper cameras as well as front on camera. So, and we cover, like I said, a lot of the basics, going through all the names of the flowers as well as, how to work with them best and tips and maintenance and things like that. Usually with our programs too, you're going to see on our website, there's the try a box, and you can just order 1 box at a time. You don't have to jump into a subscription. So a lot of people always ask us that if they have to subscribe, and you don't have to subscribe. You can just order one box at a time. Even if you're thinking, they make a great gift. So if you've got a friend that's got a birthday coming up, or if you wanted to do something we've had a lot of clients give 3 or 4 series of boxes to a parent or something like that for them to enjoy 3 or 4 boxes. So for a Christmas gift, it can make a really fabulous gift to give to a parent, so they can have 3 or 4 arrangements they can do throughout the year. And you can pick whatever months are significant. So if they have a birthday in May, you can send them the May box. If you can send them another one for Thanksgiving and maybe another one for Easter or something like that. So it's very flexible program that way. And then, with all of our kits as well, like I said, you get this lovely box delivered with all the goodies inside. There's usually that recipe that we send along. And then after the tutorial, so after we do our live classes with our monthly box, you get a replay. So that video that we've participated in, we upload everything and we send everyone a private link for that tutorial, and you can add it to your library. So if you tried a floral design in one of the classes and you've been on the program for about 6 months and you've got an event coming up and you want to make that arrangement again, you can just queue up that tutorial, walk through that program again, and you've got all the how-tos on how to recreate that. So that's a great part of our program too, is you get to keep that in your library. We also send along a music playlist, which is really fun. So that if you're having a dinner party, and the monthly box, the one that we have coming up is called Bittersweet. So we made a really fun playlist for fall, some great fall tunes that have sort of a bittersweet kind of vibe to them, and you get that and you keep that, and you can use it while you're entertaining, which is really fun.
Very well thought of. It's so thoughtful, really. I must say, you've come up with everything. I mean, even a real recipe. When you said recipe, I have to get used to these terminologies these young ones use these days, right? When they say recipes, they mean just a paper with something. But this is a real recipe, right? Because I remember doing something and someone talks about a recipe and I'm like, okay, is it me, or are they really going to teach us to cook? But I'm just here to make a video. But anyways, it was funny because that's what I learned, like the recipe there. But in your case, the recipe is a real recipe, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Sure. And the music and the recipe and the flowers. I think it's so well planned out and thought of. Thank you.
Yeah.
For that.
It's really, we always enjoyed, when I had my retail store, we always enjoyed teaching. And part of the live classes, when we used to do them in person, was sometimes we'd work with a local restaurant and they would do a little food prep, and then we would do the florals as an activity. And then we'd always have music playing. So we've tried to get all of those elements together and be able to ship it to people's doorsteps. So one of our longtime subscribers always says to me, it's great. I go to work, I can come home, and I don't have to get back in the car to go and take a beautiful class where I can learn. So, she can get in her pajamas and learn how to make a beautiful arrangement, have a glass of wine, and relax instead of trying to find a parking spot at a venue that's hosting a class that you want to take, which is, it's true. It's kind of We make it easy, or at least we're trying to.
Yeah, no,
But
no,
thank you so
absolutely. I mean,
much
some
for
people like,
having us
you
again.
know,
This has been
yeah,
great. It's
yeah,
always a pleasure talking with you. Yeah.
yeah. And for people who want to be there in person, I mean, there's always that group class, right? So my realtor friends, you know, if you're watching, I mean, this is a great gift for some of you to really kind of hone into if your clients, you know, I mean, sometimes and frankly, you know, for me, I always like to be thoughtful. I always like to give someone a gift that, um, because when we give gifts, it's not so much. Some of our clients appreciate the monetary side of it, like the value add that we give. Absolutely, they may be first time home buyers, and so if you're giving them something for their home, they may be a bit more appreciative. But I also have clients that you know, are at a stage where money is not uh, you know, the object. And
Right.
something to this effect has so much value. It gives them something to be part of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they're older and they may not be able to go out to a class or do all
That's
of that.
true.
And I have
Yeah.
a lot of older clients.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this is it's beautiful, really. And you get to send them something that is that's different,
Mm-hmm.
really.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Sometimes
sounds
I find,
exciting.
yeah, a lot of people don't buy flowers for themselves very often, right? Or
That's
some
true.
don't, right? So this is a nice way for them to get introduced to a new skill, have something beautiful to enjoy, and learn all about flowers, and brightens up their home too. So it's good.
So thank you. Thank you so much. You're so personable. I love talking with you.
Yeah, it's been
I
fantastic.
really do love talking with you.
Yeah,
And
thank you
for all of
so
you
much for
who,
having us again. This has been fantastic. I always love sharing what we have coming up. So it was a
yeah,
great opportunity to talk
anytime.
about our holiday kits and all things fall. And yeah,
We
it'll be a
should do
great,
it again when you're ready to launch your
yes,
courses so that people know
when
what
we
you're
do the intro
launching.
class, that would be
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, so we
that
can
would
make
be
a
so
connection
awesome.
on how to access it for sure.
Yeah, sounds
Fantastic.
great. For all of you who join me Mondays to watch the show, I thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it so much. And Darlene, thank you so much for coming on the show. Your absolute pleasure. And I hope people jump in and start ordering your kits. And who knows, we may be doing a class together, all of us on this event.
We
So
should.
thank
We
you so much.
absolutely should. Thank you so much, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
And
Yeah.
until next time,
Yeah,
bye.
for sure. Take care. Bye.